Phantom Farms is a charming apple orchard located right over the Rhode Island border in Cumberland.
We're right in the little, northeast corner of Rhode Island, so I'm almost as close to Boston as I am, Providence or the beaches.
Jason McCary and his wife Martha Ann just recently purchased the property. But these 14 acres have a history that's nearly a century old.
Around 1930, it was bought by a gangster out of Providence. And he built a house, set up a drinking and gambling establishment in the back of the farm during Prohibition. It actually turned legit in or around 1950, and the farmer that took it over named it Phantom Farms because of its history.
Since then, the property has been carefully cultivated into a local landmark.
The uniqueness of Phantom Farms is you come in and the farm stand is really small and quaint, and people are very inviting. The experience is really about community more than anything. People love to come here and just hang out near the orchard and have a coffee, have a muffin or a Danish.
More than half of the land here is deeply rooted with apple trees, some of which are more than 90 years old.
Some of these trees are the oldest in the area.
There are also much younger, smaller trees newly planted using a high-density farming technique.
Looks a little like grapevine. You're planting smaller trees, but a lot more of them, and the apples are easier to pick for guests.
With 15 varieties to choose from, guests can pick their own, buy them already bagged or even already baked into a fresh apple pie.
Orchards are really special.
Phantom Farms also presses its own cider on site.
It's a great little spot to come and visit and enjoy and bring your family. We've been coming here since we moved to Cumberland 30 years ago. It's great to share that with people. It's like a little town treasure here that I'd like to preserve and just enhance and make it as good as it possibly can be.
Despite the name's nod to the past, Artifact Cider Project produces a modern medley of hard ciders.
For us, taking the idea of an artifact as a humanly touched thing and then updating it, modernizing it, and bringing it into the future was part of the kind of ethos of what we're trying to do. Cider has a history in the United States. It was kind of the original American beverage before beer.
Soham Bhatt and his best friend since 5th grade, Jake Mazar, founded the company in 2014.
It's a great way for us to combine all of our interests and also be able to bring something into the world that was part of the local culture. We in the Northeast have some of the best apples in the world. The portfolio is really focused around showcasing how those different apples can do different things in different ways that you treat them.
Artifact's offerings include Long Way Back, a crisp craft made with 100% Macintosh apples.
Macintosh has this wonderful aromatic quality.
There's also what Bhatt calls a cider maker's cider, Wolf at the Door.
We took apples that were tannic, it's like red wine, and fermented them wild.
Feels Like Home is such a perennial favorite, it now has its own spin-off series. 3 new flavors plus the original classic.
Each of the ciders in that series is bringing juice to the table.
Artifact pours nearly a dozen different blends and is distributed in 15 states.
I like to think that we provide people with flavor profiles they've never had before.
The core of their creative process, curiosity, and continuous innovation.
And now the excitement is about taking this category that was forgotten and bringing new life into it and discovering new things. I love it.
And as Soham Bhatt mentioned earlier, cider's been around in the U.S. for a very, very long time. In fact, some of the presses, the cider presses at Artifact, are more than 100 years old.
Wow, and since we visited Artifact, they have closed their Cambridge tap room, but you can still buy their cider either online or in local stores.
All right, still ahead, the great candy corn debate.